The measles epidemic tied to Disney theme parks in California is now growing. We're learning that 5 Disney employees were infected with the disease. Plus, in another story, an Orange County school in California sending about 24 students home because they aren't vaccinated. Our Adam Housley's live from our West Coast newsroom with more on these stories. Adam?
Yeah, Jenny, we first heard about this outbreak, or at least it was pegged to Disneyland back in December between the 17th and 20th. And now we have some new numbers out this morning. As of this morning, health officials are saying there are more than 50 cases now tied to that initial outbreak or that initial exposure period at Disneyland. And those cases cover several western states as well as in Mexico. And those numbers, they say, are expected to rise. Now, measles can lead to blindness, encephalitis, infection of the brain. Children are typically immunized with a first dose of vaccine between 12 and 16 months, and then again between 4 and 6 years old. But a significant number of Americans have opted out of getting vaccinated. The belief, though, is that this original outbreak came from a foreign child who was visiting Disneyland and was not vaccinated and who was obviously infected with the measles. We know now that 5 park employees have tested positive, and now 24 unvaccinated students have been sent home from Huntington Beach High School in Orange County, California, not far away from Disneyland, because a student had the measles and could have exposed them to the disease. Doctors don't want to alarm the public, they say, but they are concerned, and as you might imagine, many parents are concerned as well.
Much more so than influenza and other conditions. That's why we're concerned.
My kids are all vaccinated, so I feel they are probably safe, but still, I don't think it's right that people do not do everything in their power to protect their kids.
Now, Disneyland has offered vaccinations. They've also offered immunity tests to employees, and a lot of them have been medically cleared, of course. Measles, what's interesting, measles can be transmitted up to 2 hours after someone infected leaves the room. Even if you've gotten a vaccination, you can still get sick. You don't just get as sick as you could have gotten. And the last time there was this type of resurgence in the U.S. was back between 1989 and 1991 in the U.S. 123 people died back then. And what health officials are saying here in California, Jenna, and for that matter across the West, if you think you have the disease or your child may have one, don't go into the health clinic. Call the doctor first, because if you go in or bring the child in, all that's going to do is expose a lot more people who potentially could then get the disease, Jenna.
Good advice. We have a great panel of doctors coming up on this story during our 1 o'clock hour because we feel it's so important. Adam, thank you very much.
Absolutely.